2022.410. Data for pay 21-020 had been supplemented by prior information requests to Tesla. The 19th of April, 2021, and Standing General Order, SGO, 2021-01, 425, issued the 29th of June, 2021, 426, and amended on August the 5th, 2021, 410, which required manufacturers of advanced driving assistance systems to promptly report crashes to NHTSA. 427. List of crashes added in NHTSA ODI Engineering Analysis, EA, 22-002, 410. Date city / county state notes / refs November 2020 Houston, Texas, 428. Report ID 13781 to 2451 Jan 2021 Mount Pleasant, South Carolina involved crash attenuator truck, 410. April 2021 Belmont, California involved first responder, 410. August 28, 2021 Orlando, Florida Tesla struck a stationary patrol car at 5 a.m. on I-4. 429, 428. Report ID 13781 to 1140 Seek 2021 Petaluma, California, 428. Report ID 13781 to 1357 Jan 2022 Desert Center, California, 428. Report ID 13781 to 2201. The investigation was expanded to an engineering analysis after NHTSA reviewed data from 191 crashes involving the use of autopilot or related ADAS Level 2 technologies, traffic-aware cruise control, auto-steer navigate on autopilot, or auto-lane change. 430, 85 were removed because other drivers were involved or there was insufficient data. 430. It was found that in approximately 1/2 of the remaining 106 crashes, the driver was not sufficiently responsive to the driving task, and approximately 1/4 of the 106 resulted from operating Autopilot outside of limited access highways, or when traction and weather conditions could interfere. 430. Detailed telemetry existed for 43 of the 106 crashes. Of these, data from 37 indicated the driver's hands were on the steering wheel in the last second prior to collision. 410. The Laguna Beach incident identified initially in pay 21-020 was removed from EA 22-002 as it was found the struck vehicle was parked out of traffic with no lights illuminated. 410. 6 incidents were added, making a total of 16 accidents where a Tesla struck stationary emergency vehicle, including the August 2021 incident in Orlando. 410. In these 16 incidents, NHTSA found that a majority resulted in forward collision warnings and approximately half resulted in automatic emergency braking. 410. On average, when video was available, drivers would have been able to see a potential impact 8 seconds prior to collision, yet autopilot would abort control less than 1 second prior to the first impact. 431, which may not have been enough time for the driver to assume full control. 432. In addition, the data suggests that Tesla's requirement for autopilot drivers to have their hands on the wheel at all time may not be sufficient to ensure the driver is paying attention to the driving task. 433. 430. NHTSA sent a second letter for EA 22-002 to Tesla in August 2022, which included requests for a description of the role of the driver-facing camera, identification, of all lawsuits or arbitration resulting from Autopilot use, including complete transcripts of depositions, and the engineering and safety explanation and evidence for design decisions regarding enforcement of driver engagement /attentiveness. 434, Tesla submitted a response in September. A follow-up letter was submitted in July 2023, asking for current data and updates to the prior response. 435, recalls. Tesla issued an emergency light detection update for Autopilot in September 2021, which was intended to detect flashing emergency vehicle lights in low light conditions and then respond to set detection with driver alerts and changes to the vehicle speed while Autopilot is engaged. After NHTSA had opened Pay 21-020 the previous month. After the update was issued, NHTSA sent a letter to Tesla asking why the update had not been performed under the recall process, as any manufacturer issuing an over-the-air update that mitigates a defect that poses an unreasonable risk to motor vehicle safety is required to timely file an accompanying recall notice to NHTSA. 436, 437. Tesla issued a recall of 11,728 vehicles in October 2021 due to a communication error that could lead to false forward collision warnings or unexpected activations of the automatic emergency braking system. The error had been introduced by the full self-driving beta software version 10.3 over-the-air firmware update, and was reversed by another over-the-air update the same month. 438. The recalled vehicles were reverted to 10.2, then updated to 10.3.1. 340. FSD 10.3 also was released with different driving profiles to control vehicle behavior: branded chill, average and assertive. The assertive profile attracted negative coverage in January 2022 for advertising that it may perform rolling stops, passing through stop signs at up to 5.6 miles per hour, change lanes frequently, and decrease following distance. 439, 440, on February the 1st, after NHTSA advised Tesla that failing to stop for a stop sign can increase the risk of a crash and threatened immediate action for intentional design choices that are unsafe. 441. Tesla recalled nearly 54,000 vehicles to disable the rolling stop behavior. 442. Removing the feature with an over-the-air software update. 443. On the 16th of February 2023, Tesla issued a recall notice for all vehicles equipped with the full self-driving beta software, including 2016 23 Model S and X, 2017 23 Model 3, and 2020 23 Model Y, covering 362,758 vehicles in total. 76. NHTSA identified 4 specific traffic situations in a letter sent to Tesla on January 25, 444, 445, and Tesla voluntarily chose to pursue a recall to address those situations. 76. Which include vehicles operating under FSD beta performing the following inappropriate actions: Smiley 444, traveling or turning through an intersection on a stale yellow traffic light, not stopping perceptibly at stop signs, not adjusting speed appropriately in response to posted speed limit signs, continuing straight while traveling in turn-only lanes. The recall, which covers all versions of FSD beta, 444, was performed by pushing out a software update in March 2023. 77, 76. Notable crashes. Fatal crashes. As of July 2023, there have been 38 verified fatalities from 30 found cases involving Tesla's Autopilotist program. though other deadly incidents involving suspected autopilot use remain outstanding. 446. Many of these incidents have received varying degrees of attention from news publications. Handan, Hebei, China, the 20th of January 2016. Denton Handan, Hebei, China on the 20th of January 2016. Gao Lanning, the driver of a Tesla Model S in Handan, Hebei, China, was killed when his car crashed into a stationary truck. 447. The Tesla was following a car in the far left lane of a multi-lane highway. The car in front moved to the right lane to avoid a truck stopped on the left shoulder, and the Tesla, which the driver's father believes was in autopilot mode, did not slow before colliding with the stopped truck. 448. According to footage captured by a dashboard camera, the stationary street sweeper on the left side of the expressway partially extended into the far left lane, and the driver did not appear to respond to the unexpected obstacle. 449. Initially, Lanning was held responsible for the collision by local traffic police and, in September 2016, his family filed a lawsuit in July against the Tesla dealer who sold the car. 450. 451. The family's lawyer stated the suit was intended to let the public know that self-driving technology has some defects. We are hoping Tesla, when marketing its products, will be more cautious. Do not just use self-driving as a selling point for young people. 448. Tesla released a statement which said they have no way of knowing whether or not autopilot was engaged at the time of the crash, since the car telemetry could not be retrieved remotely due to damage caused by the crash. 448. In 2018, the lawsuit was stalled because telemetry was recorded locally to a SD card and was not able to be given to Tesla, who provided a decoding key to a third party for independent review. Tesla stated that while the third-party appraisal is not yet complete, we have no reason to believe that autopilot on this vehicle ever functioned other than as designed. 452. Chinese media later reported that the family sent the information from that card to Tesla, which admitted autopilot was engaged 2 minutes before the crash. 453. Tesla since then removed the term autopilot from its Chinese website. 454. Williston, Florida, USA, the 7th of May 2016. Denton, Williston, Florida. The Model S, after it was recovered from the crash scene in Williston, Florida on the 7th of May 2016, a Tesla driver was killed in a crash with an 18-wheel tractor-trailer in Williston, Florida. By late June 2016, Tesla opened a formal investigation into the fatal autonomous accident, working with the Florida Highway Patrol. According to Tesla, preliminary reports indicate the crash occurred when the tractor-trailer made a left turn in front of the 2015 Tesla Model S at an intersection on a non-controlled access highway, and the car failed to apply the brakes. The car continued to travel after passing under the truck's trailer. 455, 456, 457. The Tesla was found in the rightmost lane of US 27, and the westbound tractor-trailer was turning left at the intersection with NE 140th Court, approximately 1 mi, 1.6 km, west of Williston. The posted speed limit is 65 miles per hour, 105 kilometers per hour. 458. The diagnostic log of the Tesla indicated it was traveling at a speed of 74 mi/h, 119 kilometers per hour, when it collided with and traveled under the trailer, which was not equipped with a side underarm protection system. 459. 12 a.m. reconstruction of the accident estimated the driver would have had approximately 10.4 seconds to detect the truck and take evasive action. 460. The underride collision sheared off the Tesla's glass house, destroying everything above the beltline, and caused fatal injuries to the driver. 459. 67. 13. In the approximately 9 seconds after colliding with their trailer, the Tesla traveled another 886.5 feet, 270.2 m, and came to rest after colliding with two chain link fences and a utility